Last month, a guy brought in his SUV with 287,000 miles. Wanted me to find something wrong with it. I couldn't, and I was pissed. See, as a mechanic, I make money fixing problems, but these 5 SUVs, they refuse to die. No major repairs, no transmission failures, just oil changes and brake pads, year after year. Dealerships absolutely hate when customers find out about these. Why? Because you'll never come back for expensive repairs. I've seen service managers literally discourage people from buying them. Today, I'm exposing 5 SUVs that refuse to die and why dealerships pray you never find out about them. Number 1 is so reliable, I bought 3 of them. Not 1, 3. Let's go. 17 years turning wrenches. Over 10,000 SUVs through my shop. These 5, they're the only ones where I genuinely run out of things to fix, and dealerships absolutely hate when you know about them. Why? Because you'll never come back for those expensive repairs that keep their service departments profitable. I had a service manager tell me off the record, "Stop recommending number 3. We can't make money on it." That's when I knew I was onto something. These aren't the SUVs you'll see in dealer ads. They're not the ones salespeople push. They're the ones mechanics buy for their own families and keep quiet about. Until now. I'm counting down from 5 to 1. Each one gets more controversial. Number 5 will surprise you. Number 3 will make you question everything. And number 1, I've never seen one die, ever. If you skip to the end, you'll miss why number 3 was banned from a dealership's lot. Let's go. Number 5 starts now. Number 5, 2006 to 2012 Toyota RAV4 with the 2.5-liter 4-cylinder. Customer bought one with 198,000 miles for $6,500. Drove it another 140,000 miles. Total repair cost? $940. That's it. Oil changes, brake pads, one set of spark plugs. The RAV4 isn't flashy, it's not exciting, but that 2.5-liter engine is bulletproof. No turbo to fail, no complex timing system, no direct injection carbon buildup. Just a simple, proven 4-cylinder that runs forever. The transmission is a traditional 4-speed automatic in earlier models, 6-speed in later ones. Both are rock solid. I've seen these go 300,000 miles on the original transmission with nothing but fluid changes. Here's what nobody tells you. Toyota over-engineered this generation. The frame is reinforced. The suspension components are heavy-duty. They built it to last, and it shows. When you're shopping for one, check 2 things. First, oil consumption. Some 2006 to 2008 models had piston ring issues. Do a cold start test. If it smokes, walk away. Second, check the frame for rust. Northern cars can have corrosion around the rear subframe. Not a deal breaker, but negotiate hard. Current market price? $7,000 to $11,000 for one with under 150,000 miles. Compare that to a Honda CR-V from the same years, $9,000 to $14,000. Same reliability, but the RAV4 is cheaper and just as tough. But number 5 is entry-level compared to what's coming. Number 4 is where things get interesting and expensive for people who don't know this trick. Number 4, 2010 to 2015 Honda Pilot with the 3.5-liter V6. And here's why dealerships tried to kill this one. Last year, a customer came in, had a 2012 Pilot with 180,000 miles. Dealer service department told him his transmission was about to fail, quoted him $4,800 to replace it now before it grenades. Guy brought it to me for a second opinion. I checked the fluid. Perfect. No metal shavings, no burnt smell, shift quality was smooth. I told him straight up, your transmission is fine. That dealer just wanted $4,800. That was 3 years ago. He's at 260,000 miles now. Same transmission, still smooth. The Pilot's 3.5-liter V6 is Honda's J35 engine. It's the same engine they've been using since the early 2000s in everything from Accords to Odysseys. It's proven, it's reliable, and it just works. The 5-speed automatic transmission gets a bad reputation because people don't maintain it. Change the fluid every 30,000 miles and it'll outlast the vehicle. Skip it and you'll be that guy paying $4,800. Here's the inspection checklist. First, check the transmission fluid. It should be bright red, not brown. If it's dark or smells burnt, the previous owner neglected it. Second, test the VCM system. Honda's variable cylinder management can cause oil consumption issues. Do a cold start test and watch for smoke. Third, check the timing belt. It's due every 105,000 miles. If it hasn't been done, factor in $800 to $1,000. Average used price? $12,000 to $16,000 for a clean example with 100,000 miles. Repair costs are reasonable. Timing belt? $900. Brake job? $400. Water pump? $650. Nothing outrageous. Number 4 is bulletproof. But number 3? This one got me in trouble with a dealership, and you're about to see why. Number 3. 2007 to 2014 GMC Acadia with the 3.6-liter V6. This is the one that got me banned. I recommended this to 8 customers in 6 months, all bought used from the same dealership. 6 months later, the service manager called me. He was furious. He said, "Stop sending people here for Acadias. They never break. My service bay is empty because of you." He literally asked me to stop recommending them because his techs had nothing to fix. Here's the thing about the Acadia. It's a GM product, and people automatically assume it's unreliable. But this generation was built on GM's Lambda platform, co-developed with their global engineering teams. It's overbuilt, it's solid, and it just runs. The 3.6-liter V6 is GM's high-feature engine. It's been in production since 2004, powering everything from Camaros to Cadillacs. It makes 288 horsepower, and it's smooth. The 6-speed automatic is the 6T75, built by GM and used across their entire lineup. It's proven. Now, there's one issue to watch for: the timing chain. Early 2007 to 2009 models can have timing chains stretch if oil changes were neglected. Listen for a rattling noise on cold starts. If you hear it, walk away. But if it's been maintained, these engines go 250,000 miles without issue. I've also seen water pump failures around 120,000 miles. It's a $600 repair. Not cheap, but not catastrophic either. Average repair cost over 10 years? About $3,200. That includes brakes, tires, spark plugs, and one water pump. Compare that to a same-year Audi Q7, you're looking at $8,000 to $12,000 in repairs over the same period. Current market price for a 2011 Acadia with 100,000 miles, $9,000 to $13,000. A same-year Lexus RX, $18,000 to $22,000. And the Acadia has more space, more power, and costs half as much to own. If you think that's crazy, number 2 costs $12,000 less than its luxury twin. Same exact parts, but nobody knows. Number 2, 2013 to 2018 Nissan Pathfinder with the 3.5-liter V6, not the CVT. Listen carefully. This shares 80% of its parts with the Infiniti QX60. That's a $45,000 luxury SUV. The Pathfinder? You can find one used for $18,000. Same engine, same transmission if you get the right year. That's a $27,000 difference. I had a customer last year. She traded in her Infiniti QX60 because, and I quote, "I want something more reliable." I showed her a 2015 Pathfinder. She test drove it, came back confused. She said, "This drives exactly like my Infiniti." I told her because it is your Infiniti, just $12,000 cheaper used. She bought it. Here's what you need to know. The 2013 to 2016 Pathfinders came with the CVT transmission. Avoid those. The CVT has a reputation for failing between 80,000 and 120,000 miles. Nissan extended the warranty on them, but you don't want that headache. But in 2017, Nissan switched back to a traditional automatic transmission for certain trims. Find one of those. The 3.5-liter V6 is Nissan's VQ engine. It's been around since the 1990s. It's one of the most reliable V6 engines ever made. When you're shopping, check the transmission type. If it's the CVT, pass. If it's the traditional automatic, you're golden. Also, check for oil leaks around the valve covers. It's a common issue, but easy to fix. $300 to $400 for the gaskets. Suspension components can wear out around 100,000 miles. Struts and control arms run about $800 to $1,200 total. Not fun, but expected for a vehicle that size. Average used price, $16,000 to $20,000 for a 2017 or newer with the traditional automatic. Compared to the QX60 at $28,000 to $35,000, you're saving over $12,000 for the same vehicle. Number 2 is the ultimate cheat code. But number 1, I've seen these hit 400,000 miles multiple times, and I own 3 of them. Number 1, 2003 to 2009 Lexus GX470. This is the SUV that will outlive you. I bought my first GX470 in 2018. It had 214,000 miles. I paid $11,500. I sold it last year with 340,000 miles for $13,000. I made money on a car I drove for 126,000 miles, and it never once left me stranded. Mechanics hate this because customers come in for oil changes, and that's it, for years. I had one in my bay last week with 387,000 miles, original engine, original transmission. Guy wanted an inspection before a cross-country trip. I found nothing wrong. The GX470 is built on the same platform as the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado. Body-on-frame construction. The 4.7-liter V8 is Toyota's 2UZ FE engine. It's the same engine they used in the Tundra, the Sequoia, and the Land Cruiser. It's bulletproof. The transmission is a 5-speed automatic. It's simple, it's proven, and it lasts. I've seen 5 GX470s with over 400,000 miles, all still running strong. There are 2 common issues. First, the secondary air injection pump can fail around 150,000 miles. It throws a check engine light but doesn't affect drivability. It's $800 to fix, or you can ignore it. Second, the heater control valve can leak coolant. It's a $200 part and an hour of labor. That's it. Those are the only 2 problems I see regularly. Everything else is maintenance. Oil changes, brake pads, tires. Here's the pricing reality. A 2007 GX470 with 150,000 miles sells for $12,000 to $18,000. A same-year Toyota 4Runner with similar miles, $22,000 to $28,000. Same drivetrain, same reliability. The GX470 is just $10,000 cheaper because it says Lexus and people think it's expensive to maintain. It's not. Oil changes are $90. Brake pads are $300. Transmission fluid change is $180, same as any Toyota. When you're buying one, check 3 things. First, maintenance records. These need oil changes every 5,000 miles. If the previous owner has records, you're golden. Second, check the frame for rust. Like any Toyota truck, they can rust in salt states. Third, test the air suspension if it's equipped. Some models have it. If it's failed, it's $1,500 to replace or $600 to convert to regular springs. This is the only SUV where I tell people don't worry about mileage, worry about maintenance records. I've seen 5 over 400,000 miles, all still running. This is the one I bought for my daughter because I know it'll protect her for the next 20 years. 5 SUVs, 5 that mechanics hate seeing in the shop because we run out of things to fix: RAV4, Pilot, Acadia, Pathfinder, GX470. Every one of them will hit 300,000 miles if you do basic maintenance. Here's what dealerships don't want you to know. Service departments make up 60% of their profit. When you buy one of these, you're walking away from their revenue stream. That's why they push you toward reliable brands that need $3,000 repairs every year. Now you know what I know, and dealerships hate that. Comment which one you'd buy. I guarantee mechanics will flood the comments agreeing with me. Subscribe because my next video exposes the 3 SUVs that mechanics refuse to work on and why dealers keep selling them anyway. And if you bought one of these 5, drop your mileage below. Let's show everyone these things don't die. Drive smart, buy smarter. I'll see you in the next one.